Hello and welcome to the Casually Addicted podcast. This is our post E3 recap show. I am your host today, Craig, and I am here with
Alex.
And well, E3 that happened.
Yeah,
I was a bit mad.
it's a good E3.
So what we're going to do is we're going to run through a few topics. We'll break them out for YouTube, and then we'll put it all in one podcast thing at the end. So if you get to the end of the month, you've not heard anything from us, you can listen to it all in our podcast. First topic of the day, Shenmue.
The big one.
It exists. Sony's E3 press conference just gone. Shenmue 3 was announced. Tears were shed. Stocking Kleenex rose rapidly.
Many memes were posted throughout the internet.
Everyone cried. It's back.
Crazy.
So
I never honestly thought it would be true. I thought it was going to be one of those jokes that in 20 years' time I'd be like, Craig, maybe this is the year for Shenmue 3, but...
Okay, for those who don't know us, this is the position. I'm a massive Shenmue fan. Massive Sega fan back in the day. Played 1 and 2 religiously. Almost every year, I would say, apart from last year, I didn't play it. And you don't have much history with Shenmue at all.
I mean, my Sega history is pretty limited, generally, so my Sega knowledge is pretty much you. But obviously, yeah, we spoke about Shenmue many a time. Yeah, you're trying to convince me on this crazy game, that way you drive a forklift around and, you know...
So, for the base of this, we're now going to call this the Shenmue Addicted Podcast, or SAP,
Yeah.
instead of Casually Addicted Podcast. I can't believe it's actually happened.
Yeah, because I honestly thought, I thought The Last Guardian would be announced because everyone's been talking about that so much, and it was like, that's kind of almost obvious in a way that they needed some big thing like that.
I mean, it was never cancelled.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the
but
thing.
I never in a million years thought they would just be like, Shenmue 3.
I mean, even like the Final Fantasy VII remake was more expected because Final Fantasy is a thing that still exists.
Yeah.
Let's remember there's not been a new Shenmue game for 14 years.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a long time coming. But I think the way they're doing it is the best way as well. Because, I mean, like with the Kickstarter way, because it just shows this is how many people want this game. It was the quickest funded Kickstarter game ever, or Kickstarter project ever, and it's still going now. It's just crazy, really.
I think we're currently at about $3.6 million. I think it was the quickest Kickstarter game ever. I think it was the quickest project to reach $2 million.
Yeah.
Something like that, anyway. But yeah, I literally was in shock when it happened.
the conference just stopped for you at that moment.
I still have not watched the conference after Shenmue reveal. I don't know what happened.
Well, so you haven't seen the Uncharted stuff?
I came back briefly at the Uncharted bit. I think there was some Call of Duty. I think Destiny showed up, did they?
I can't remember.
Something happened. I don't know.
Remember.
But yeah. Now, the thing with the Shenmue Kickstarter is there's been a lot of false information out there regarding the whole sort of process, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, from someone who isn't too aware about what Shenmue is or what's really happening, what's your understanding so far? Because obviously you're like neutral.
Yeah.
In all this.
So,
from your outside perspective, what do you think is the deal?
I mean, the deal is the people have spoken and they have listened. You know, I guess the thing is, it was the stories I keep seeing recently is about whether it's Sony funding them or if it's purely Kickstarter or whatever, and that seems to be the big thing at the moment. Is people are saying, if Sony's funding it, why do they need to use Kickstarter? Kind of thing. But then personally, I don't see why that's a bad thing. If it was to be, okay, we got 4-5 million from Kickstarter, and then Sony were like, okay, they've seen the interest in it, obviously know the interest in the game, then they can be like, we'll match that. You have whatever it is now, massive, great game. That's what everyone wants at the end of the day, isn't it? Everyone wants the great game. So, but then at the same time, it's like, why do we have to back it if Sony are going to fund it?
Let me stop you right there. This is kind of what's happening, and I want to get the word out. I mean, I know we're not like a massive podcast or anything like that.
But you shall heed.
But I think it's important to note that Sony are not putting any money towards the actual development of the game. I know there's kind of like a small campaign starting of like, you shouldn't back this Kickstarter, you're chucking your money away, blah blah blah. Sony are essentially treating Shenmue 3 as almost like an indie game.
I think that's the best way to do it, really.
They have an interest in promoting it as a PS4 game. just like they would Call of Duty. Or any game that's on the PS4 platform, they have an interest in promoting it on their platform. So obviously they're going to help with marketing. But in terms of development, the majority of the funds raised by the Kickstarter will be the development cost that Yu Suzuki and his team have.
So is it? It is PS4 exclusive, isn't it? Or is it?
Well,
What's the sitch?
the situation at the minute is that obviously Sony have helped with the funding. No, sorry, with the marketing and the promotion. God, even I'm going down the rabbit hole here. So at the minute, the only announced platforms are PC and PS4.
Okay.
As for Xbox One and Wii U, I tentatively say Wii U, there is a chance for that later because it's not a first-party game.
Yeah. So
So
how does it work with regards to Sega then? So have they given the go? Is that how they've just given the go ahead for Shenmue 3? That's what it is.
eventually Sega has said, look, you can use the Shenmue thing, do what you want, you just pay us a small fee when it's all said and done.
That's Sega's method these days. It's like, you want to use what? That's no problem. Just write the check and you can use what you want.
I would imagine it would be similar to how Bayonetta 2 happened.
Yeah, well, I mean, the world exploded. It was one of those questions as well because, I mean, for years you've spoken about how big this game is and I've always kind of like appreciated, there must be a big community for it kind of thing. But then it was when that Kickstarter started and you just saw the number just rocket up. It was like, okay, this is a seriously big deal, apparently, to like so many people.
So here's another question as well, because I'm curious, because obviously I'm infatuated with Shenmue. I mean, I spent an hour last night playing darts in Shenmue 1. It's literally just darts. And that's like my thing. From an outside point of view, like, what do you know of Shenmue? Because you've never played the games, you've never owned a Sega console. I mean, the only exposure you have to it is me blabbering on about it.
So literally, I mean, if it wasn't for you, I'd probably know nothing.
Yeah.
Almost. I mean, I'd quite happily say that. I mean, and the only things I do kind of remember you talking about now is the forklift racing.
Yep. Awesome.
I remember there was something to do with your dad gets like killed or captured, something like that. And then I remember you said at the end of Shenmue 2, you were in some cave. Was it a cave? You were somewhere and it like massive cliffhanger ended you. And then that's kind of what I remember.
Okay. Do you know what? I'm impressed. I remember quite a bit. Do you know what sort of game it is, though?
Not really, no.
Right. Okay.
Because that was I guess, a question. Because I saw in the somewhere they were talking about it being potentially open world if they get to a certain level, kind of thing. Oh no, was it you that said that?
It probably was me.
Yeah. Because that would be quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Yu Suzuki said that if we get to $5 million, then one of the things that he wants to do, he can do.
Yeah.
What $10 million does is it gives Shenmue 3 a truly open world, but
I take it was never like that before anyway.
Well, it depends what you. I think he's got a different definition to open world than what we have now.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not like going around Skyrim or The Witcher 3.
No, or GTA. It's not like that. It's more having almost like a closed world, but being able to do everything. In GTA, you've got, I don't know, let's say 2,000 buildings. You can go into maybe 20 of them.
Yeah.
In Shenmue, you will have like a smaller lot of buildings, but you can go in 90% of them and do things.
It's a much more like flourished environment.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was little, playing Shenmue 1, going around Ryo Hazuki's house, the main character, opening up under his TV cupboard, and there's a Sega Saturn in there. A Sega Saturn with games. That was a revelation to me when I was young. So it's being able to almost have a second life, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to...
You just kind of go about your business and you are this person kind of thing.
You do what you want to do. Like, if you want to go and, chase the revenge story for your father and chase down Landy, you can. If you want to go to the arcade and play Outrun or the boxing machine, you can do that. Go get a job, do your forklift driving or whatever, or run a gambling stall, or, kind of just do whatever you want. But
you really choose what you want to be.
But it's not just that. This is the thing. Like, that's enough for a game in itself, but it also has a fighting system that is almost literally Virtua Fighter.
Yeah.
Like, it has such a robust fighting system.
Yeah.
But then it's got QTE events as well, similar to like Heavy Rain or something like that.
It sounds like it was a game made before its time, really.
It was the first open world game. If it wasn't the first, it was one of the first, and it was the most groundbreaking. And I think probably for me, having Shenmue 3 come back I'm not excited about the fact that it could be the same, but just what Yu Suzuki might come up with next.
Yeah, so I guess that's the big question as well. Is like, okay, this game was made 14 years ago, and obviously you still love it now. But it's like, what's it going to be like? 14 years down the line, and how much the gaming industry itself has changed.
Yeah.
What's the game itself going to be like? What's it going to feel like? Are they going to have all these things they used to have, but it's going to be updated, or is it just going to be something completely? Because I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, Yu Suzuki himself had pretty, I think I'm correct in thinking that every single game he's ever published changed the gaming industry in some way. Yeah. You're probably too young to be aware of some of his games, but like Outrun, Hang On, Afterburner, all these arcade classics. Yeah. Like before Yu Suzuki, you'd go into a Japanese arcade and they'd just be sitting at some little table, or whatever. Yeah. Then he made a motorbike game called Hang On, and he literally put a motorbike in the arcade, and everyone was like, "What is this? What's going on? There's a motorbike in it." But no, it was just a game. He is literally Sega's Miyamoto or Kojima. It's just he took a 14-year holiday. Yeah,
so that's the thing. The big question is like, what's he got cooking away now?
Well,
I mean, he's had 14 years to sit on it and never think about it, so I'm sure he must have some cool ideas.
Having a brief look at the Kickstarter goals for Shenmue 3, we've got a thing called a rapport system, a skill tree system. Don't really know what those are. Rapport system, he said, is something to do with how you treat like other NPCs.
So how I thought that would be when I first read that was kind of like Mass Effect. Like you would be able to sort of build relationships with certain people, maybe, or like you'd have that skill tree kind of option, dialogue options and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think the skill tree is probably self-explanatory. I mean, in the original Shenmue and Shenmue 2, you would like sort of train. You'd spar like your fighting moves and stuff like that. Yeah. And the more times you've done a move, the better and more powerful it became. So I imagine that's probably that evolved somehow. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, skill trees is a pretty big thing. Like almost every game these days has some kind of skill tree.
Yeah, yeah. The more interesting one though is the one that Hughes mentioned himself, the character perspective system.
Yeah, no idea what the hell that means.
Which I've got an idea.
First person mode.
Reading from. I think it's in Famitsu, a Japanese magazine. There's two very influential characters in the story, Shenhua, and I won't name the other one for spoiler reasons because it's someone making a return in 3, so I don't want to spoil you. Apparently it's something like you get to see things from their point of view, but you don't control them.
Okay.
So I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But that's the feature.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the biggest stretch goal at the moment, isn't it? So that is kind of his. Yeah. You would think like that is going to be seriously cool if we hit that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, he's saying $10 million. I can't see it making $10 million.
Yeah, 10 million is really. I feel like the momentum's died down now, but I still feel like it could go up significantly.
Yeah,
but not 10 million.
No. I think like with Kickstarters, and I saw Yooka-Laylee was the first one I backed. This is the second one. Like they tend to die down pretty quickly. Yeah.
Once the initial kind of week is over, you kind of feel like, okay, this is kind of going to slowly be what it is.
And then the last few days they ramp up again.
Unless Craig hits wins the Euro Millions this Friday, then don't worry, you'll get 20 million, mate. Don't worry.
I've done the Euro Millions tonight. I'm in. I think a realistic goal for Shenmue 3 is probably to beat Bloodstained Kickstarter, which is the highest gaming one ever at 5.5.
Okay.
I think that's realistic. And I think afterwards they will look into other funding methods after the Kickstarter to make the 10 million. I think they'll get there, but I don't think they'll do it through just Kickstarter.
Yeah, that's the thing. You mean, like we said earlier, with the traction it's clearly got already, you would think there's going to be plenty of people willing to invest in that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
It's clearly going to be a hit kind of thing, so... Yeah. I'm interested. Well, I'm interested.
So. I mean, Yu Suzuki's already started talking about Shenmue 4.
Yeah.
So
it's back, mate. It's back with the vengeance. They're going to come out one week after the other. Like, there you go.
So Shenmue 3 is not the end of the story, in case you were wondering about that. Now, I've backed it, as if you hadn't already guessed. Are you backing it?
I will back it.
Yes.
I will back it.
Yes.
I mean, I'm backed. It'll be my third Kickstarter. Yeah. So with that, Yooka-Laylee and that Chivalry. Whatever it's called. Kingdom Come Deliverance.
That's it. Yeah.
Still waiting for that, but.
Are you just going to go for the game? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Just because this is unterritorial. Uncharted Waters for me, really.
I don't understand why they're only selling it for $29. That seems really cheap.
That's the weird thing about Kickstarter, though, because you can kind of, even like with Ukulele, you can get it so cheap. And it's almost like, okay, you do have to wait a couple of years.
Ukulele I can understand, though, because...
It's a small game. It's going to be like a little 3D platformer.
Yeah, it's in that same ballpark of, the downloadable games, like 20 quid, maybe, something like that. But, I mean, Shenmue 3 and the Shenmue games before are... big games.
Yeah.
Big,
you're clearly going to get your money's worth for $29. Games. It's just like, I mean,
it's like a no-brainer price.
It's strange because it will come out clearly and it will be on the PS Store for £50 if you want to.
Maybe I don't know, but yeah. Also, where's the PS4 retail copy? Come on, you. Let's get that on there. I think I'm going to go for the $175 one.
Yeah. So what do you get?
So for the $175 one, we get the game. I can either get PC digital or proper or PS4 digital.
Yeah.
What else do we get? A backup-only advanced technique scroll, 20 capsule toy tickets in game.
What's a capsule toy?
Oh my god! Oh mate, these were like amiibos before amiibo. So what you would do in Shenmue, this is another thing you can do is, you'd go to like a little, I don't know what you call it. Like a little box, and like you twist it.
Oh yeah,
and
I know
it
what
pops
you mean.
out a little ball.
You get a little toy.
And there was literally like Sega toys.
Okay.
So, but like Amiibo,
Little
you'd have different collections.
Yeah.
So you had like a Sonic collection, Virtua Fighter collection, Virtual On collection for anyone who remembers Virtual On. I don't know if there was actual consoles or anything. I don't think there was actually. That would have been cool, console toys.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, and I would waste all my Shenmue money on it, like literally trying to collect them all.
So you're basically getting a nice little Kickstarter, getting some toys under your belt straight away.
Yeah, so you get 20 for that. What else do you get? Let's have a look. MP3 download of the original soundtrack, a digital art book filled with unreleased illustrations, Shenmue 3 t-shirt,
nice.
And what else? Oh no, there's more stuff. 1 of 4 random figures, one of Ryo, Shenhua, Chai, or Rio on a forklift.
Yeah, Rio on the forklift all day.
What else do you get? Get your name in the credits.
That'd be cool.
A printed art book. That's a $175 reward. If we go all the way up, the $10,000 reward gives you dinner with Yu Suzuki and the script for Shenmue 1 and 2.
Wasn't that sold like instantly?
They're all gone.
Yeah.
And the other one, the other $10,000 one, is you get Ryo's jacket, original jacket that they use in the promotional stuff. That's also gone.
Yeah, there was only one of that one, wasn't there?
There was only one. Yeah.
10,000. Would you have snapped that up if money was no object?
Yes. I would have gone for the dinner, actually.
Yeah, have a little chat with the man.
It would have been pretty cool. It'd be like, look.
Like, sir, you're a legend.
When are we finishing this story so I can not be stressed about the next one? I'm already stressed about Shenmue 4 not coming out.
Can we have a quote, Casual Addicted, please?
Yeah, I mean, that's Shenmue in a nutshell.
So, I guess a good question would be is, if someone was like me, and they don't have the time that I had to talk to you about Shenmue, and have you sell it to me, how would you sell it in 30 seconds? Why should people back it?
People should back Shenmue to fulfill people's dreams and fantasies. If you back Shenmue 3 on Kickstarter, you will be introduced to a world of imagination and just absolute brilliance.
That sounds amazing.
I don't know. Words can't describe what Shenmue is. I don't know. I need longer than 30 seconds. This is ridiculous. I think the best thing about the first 2 games was its atmosphere. Like just walking around, like the towns and cities in both 1 and 2, Kowloon, Wanzai, even the little Yamanose village in Shenmue 1. I don't know, they just all had their own unique atmospheres and settings, and like you wanted to be a part of that world, you wanted to do stuff. I did sometimes want to find the killer to my father, but sometimes I just wanted to go to the park and see what was going on there. Like Shenmue 1 yesterday. I'm playing Shenmue 1, walking down the road, some old woman walks up to me in game, she's like, I don't know where I live. Is this what house is this? Is this my house? Like, no. So you have to take her home. There's a cat you got to look after. And I'm going into like over a minute.
Mate, yeah, this is way beyond 30 seconds, but
yeah,
you clearly get the idea that the passion is there,
Yeah.
I feel like that's what this game's going to be all about, really, isn't it? It's clearly just passion from the fans, and it's been 14 years in the making, so...
Yeah, I think the They should have done a better job on the Kickstarter to introduce people who don't know what Shenmue is. But
yeah. Although there was a thing, I remember one of the first stretch goals actually was some kind of something about Shenmue 1 and 2. Because what I would really like is if they just did even like a little Mass Effect 3 comic book style thing. If you for Mass Effect 2, where you just have like a little comic book, you sum up to me in like a couple of minutes about Shenmue 1 and 2, what's going on, let me in.
I think that's what that is.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool. I think that'd be a good way of just getting people into it without being bogged down by what it is.
Sega, Shenmue 1 HD, Shenmue 2 HD. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's make this happen.
You can.
Let's do it.
They must be sitting there right now and be thinking, "Shit, that got funded real quick."
Counting the money.
Yeah, let's get the other two out right now.
Of course, the rumor is they're already made.
Well, the remake,
Shenmue 1 and 2 are already made. There's on the like Xbox 360 kind of like, I can't remember the official name, like the sort of background Xbox Live store that developers use. Someone note it in the comments, whatever it's called. There's a thing there called Project Barclay 1 and 2, and Project Barclay is the code name for Shenmue.
Right.
And they're already made, but they didn't release it because of poor sales of Sonic Adventure 2 HD and Jet Set Radio HD. That they kind of backed out of it. I don't know if that's true or not. If you know, let us know.
That'd be interesting, because I mean, I would certainly play HD remakes of the first two.
Yeah, I wonder how they would go down with people.
Yeah.
I do wonder, but never mind. We should probably stop talking about Shenmue. We could be here all day. Okay, so let's have a chat about E3 now. E3's just happened not too long ago, last week. Well, it could be any time when you're listening to this, actually. It could have been 4 years ago and the whole world's blown up by now. But then I don't know how you're listening to this if the world's blown up.
There's clearly a die-hard Cash Addicted fan.
On Mars.
Yeah. He's like, don't worry, I've still got videotapes from years ago. These guys talking about E3.
Literally, this is the only thing he has left of like human
before
society.
games are gone now, so he just gets to listen to our enjoyment.
He's like, oh yeah, that game sounds cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I'd like to play that.
I'd like to play it, but I can't. Because I'm on Mars on my own.
Well, don't worry, friend of Mars. We're about to walk you through the year of 2015 E3.
So this is the year of 2015 at E3. Do we want to start conference order, or do we just go for it and see where we end up? Michael Scott style.
Let's do conference order, because I feel like there was good points from a lot of them.
Okay, so let's start with Bethesda.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah.
Almost
Bethesda.
Microsoft. Yeah. So that was the Fallout 4 show.
Yeah, sad that it couldn't have been like announced there. You know, they just came on stage before because obviously they showed the Fallout trailer a week before or a couple of days before, whatever it was.
How did they keep that under wraps?
Oh, God knows. I mean, I'm surprised they managed to keep it under wraps as well as they did. But I mean, it would have been so cool. I'm one of those guys that likes the big shock from E3, like when they come on stage and it's just like boom, Fallout 4 trailer. It's like holy shit, you know. But we already knew. But they showed off a lot more about it. Obviously, there's only a trailer before, so they showed off, which was cool. It's cool to see. It's basically it's good to go.
Literally, the games that end all games.
Yeah.
Do you want to play SimCity? Nah, we got it in here. Fallout. It's all right. It's cool.
That's the thing. Because Fallout 3, I was kind of like that was the one game I was kind of late to the party with, and it was one of the first games to get me back into gaming when I first started playing again. And that game was just so good.
Yeah, Fallout 3 was absolutely brilliant.
One thing I love about what they're doing with 4 is that the main character's voiced. And I can't remember his name, but he's good. He's done quite a lot, the guy that's doing it.
I wasn't actually too bothered about that.
Oh, really?
I would have been okay if he
like
wasn't talking again. I'm not too bothered, really. Doesn't bother me one way or the other.
I feel just after playing Witcher, it's just like it's been such a different experience. But yeah, it's cool. I mean, and they had the little iOS app came out. Have you played that yet?
I have it now.
I've got it. I haven't played it yet.
Collect some resources as we speak.
Let's see
what's going on. Have you not played it?
No, I've got it. Literally downloaded it the other day.
I'll be honest. I don't really know what's going on in it.
Joe's the kind of person that absolutely loves this game.
It's quite cool if it loads. This is great, isn't it? Everyone gets to listen to me.
Get out your iPhones and play the new Fallout game.
This really sounds like an advert now.
Fallout Shelter.
The good thing is, it's free.
Yeah.
And you don't have to pay any money to do stuff or whatever. It doesn't be like, oh, you've used all of this, you now have to wait 16 hours so you can play it again.
That's the worst thing.
It's just taking ages to load, wow.
Clearly a big game.
E3 and we're talking about Fallout Shelter. Yeah, so there you go.
It almost reminds me of this game on PC called This Means War.
Okay.
which is quite similar, where you have like a little base and you get your little people and send them out and do missions, all that kind of stuff.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna.
that's cool though.
I'm gonna leave that running, and we're
Collect
gonna
the points.
see what happens, because sometimes stuff happens.
But yeah, back to Fallout. I mean, I suppose another cool thing, the companion. Love the idea of having a dog with you. He'll be legendary.
You can't die.
Huh? No, yeah, no.
God dog.
No death on dog. That's not cool.
Is he called Dog Meat still?
I have no idea. No idea.
Bethesda also had Dishonored 2.
Oh yeah, I'm quite
Is it
excited
called
for
2? Dishonored 2?
that. What is it called? I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I think it
actually.
is.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked the last Dishonored until the end.
Like, I've never played Dishonored.
Have you not? It was really good.
No.
I mean, the only thing another thing I didn't like was how you'd often see parts of the world where you clearly see, okay, that'd be a cool place to jump up and go around the buildings that way, but no, you can't. It was very much like, no, you can go this way or this way. And it was a good choice, and I like the powers and that kind of stuff, but yeah, the ending was really wet.
Are you happy with the choice of character?
Didn't really remember her too much, to be honest with you, but she looks cool, and I like the idea that she's got a completely different set of moves and stuff, so it should be a different feel as well.
I have a prediction.
What's that?
This is based on listening to the Dishonored guy, I can't remember his name, talk in one of his interviews. Basically, they were trying to get him to pin down whether playing as one of them alters the game like massively.
Oh yeah,
like,
I do remember that.
If it was like 2 games, basically, essentially, and he wouldn't commit to that. So, I think one of the characters kills the other one at the start of the game
Oh.
because he says you play as like both of them at the start,
Yeah.
and then you don't, and then you're locked in. That's what I think.
Yeah.
And I've not played Dishonored 1, so I don't know.
Yeah.
What they might
No,
do.
that's cool though. I mean, she looks like she has some cool little powers. It was a fun game before, so I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah. Doom was also at Bethesda.
Doom looked awesome.
I couldn't care less.
I must say, I used to love Doom, but when I saw that, it was kind of like a bit of Gears of War, but they always had a great online thing with their last one as well. So yeah, that'd be cool.
It looked like a 90s game with a bit of like 2015
Yeah,
polish.
pretty much exactly what I got from it.
Which I guess is something you like.
Yeah,
and enjoy.
yeah.
It's not my thing really, but if you enjoy that, I mean that's
Yeah,
cool.
it was a cool little announcement. I didn't really expect to see anything on that, so it was kind of a surprise, which was cool.
What else does Bethesda have?
Um,
Is there much else?
Well, they showed off a bit of the Elder Scrolls Online expansion,
that's
whatever
the thing
it was,
now,
but
isn't it?
yeah, I'm not really a fan of that,
No.
so I don't really know.
No, yeah.
Did they announce anything else?
Let's move on to Microsoft,
Yeah.
because clearly if they did, it wasn't that important and
Yeah.
worth remembering. It's probably a massive thing we've missed. Microsoft, Phil Spencer came out, wore a couple of t-shirts, even wore a jacket at one stage. Don't know if he had 2 watches on this time or not, I'm not sure. Xbox had a good showing.
Yeah,
Microsoft, Xbox.
yeah, they did. I mean, well, they were started off with Halo 5, which, to be honest, was a bit meh, sadly. I mean,
Halo has had its day.
it's sad because you know what? When they first showed the last Halo 5 trailer, which was where they had both sides of it, where you see Spartan Locke and you see Chief.
Just an update on my Fallout shelter. They're running out of food massively, so I'm going to turn that off and then concentrate on it later. Yeah, sorry, carry on.
So yeah, they had the trailer where it was Master Chief, and then the same trailer of Locke, and it was like different sides of the thing. And I thought that was quite cool. But then when they showed the gameplay and they showed you playing as like Spartan Locke in that team, I was just kind of like, I don't play Halo to play as Spartan Locke. I play as Chief.
Yeah.
And you didn't have any idea whether that's going to be kind of a thing.
And they had Bucky from ODST is back in it as well.
Yeah.
That memorable character.
Yeah, that I don't even remember. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, a bit disappointed by Halo 5, but I mean,
It'll sell.
the online looked cool. The whatever they called it.
But the online looked cool in Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
And look how that turned out.
Yeah. I thought that was going to be the game to swing me to get an Xbox One, and everyone said how terrible it was. I was just like, oh, don't bother with that.
No. What else did... there's a phone going off in
There
there.
was a phone.
That's Xbox.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, what are you talking about here like that for?
It'll go off shortly, don't worry.
That's alright.
Yeah, the second game they did was that was it Recall?
Recall.
I thought that looked kind of cool. Like, don't have any idea what it's going to be, but
Yeah, that's a problem. It did look cool, but then you don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Phantom Dust looked cool last year, and now they've cancelled it. So
yeah.
that's the Microsoft philosophy.
And then what did they show off today? It was kind of Plants vs Zombies.
Tomb Raider was there.
That Plants vs Zombies looked kind of cool.
Was that on there?
I think
Yeah,
they showed
it was. Yeah, Plants vs
God of
Zombies
Warfare 2. Flip it on its
yeah.
head. That's kind of cool.
God of Warfare 2, yeah.
Had the zombie come on, didn't they? Or was that EA?
That was EA.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, we'll come on to EA.
Yeah, we'll get there.
What else did Microsoft? Microsoft actually had, after E3 is all said and done, Amazon, the UK version anyway of Amazon, released a list of the top pre-ordered games that were announced at E3.
All right.
Do you know what number 1 was?
Dark Souls 3.
Nope.
Sea of Thieves.
Nope.
Gears 4.
Rare Replay.
Oh, really?
1999, 30 rare games. Heaven.
Yeah, I thought you... I mean, to be honest with you, when they first announced that, I was kind of like, oh, I'm not doing a new game. That's pretty sad. But because, I mean, I wasn't really like a Rare guy. I didn't really play much Rare back in the day, so...
Disgraceful.
Yeah, I mean, now I was kind of like, alright, 30 years of old game, sounds good.
Jet Force Gemini, Battletoads, Conker's Bad Fur Day, All the Banjos, Perfect
The
Dark.
Banjo I played Perfect Dark as well.
Both Perfect Darks.
Oh, really?
Mm.
No, but then I actually quite like the look of their new game.
And 10,000 gamer score. Oh, mate, Sea of Thieves looks terrible.
Oh, I thought it looked brilliant. I like a bit of pirate, and you hate pirates, so...
No, it might be okay, but I need to see more.
Yeah, obviously you see more, but it's cool concept. What else was announced? Gears 4. I thought it actually looked quite good.
Not Gears of War 4.
No, Gears 4.
Gears 4.
I thought, and it kept annoying me when people keep calling it Gears of War 4. It's like, dude, it's your game. Why are you calling it Gears of War 4? But
I thought
it looked kind of cool.
I thought it looked like Resident Evil 6.
Yeah, strangely, it's kind of like a different take on the Gears of War world, I guess. Instead of being in your team, you're going about it. You're almost like a solo kind of, or solo duo kind of thing, going about your business. Different monsters and stuff as well.
That might be where you split up, though. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. So, but I mean, I feel like I almost prefer that to have like a solo ride, go for it. But it looked cool. Definitely some potential there.
Yeah, I played the Gears of War remastered beta. Not a fan.
Yeah, I didn't.
Not a fan.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Gears of War 1.
Yeah.
Didn't really play. I mean, I played 2. I don't think I ever played 3. But yeah, 4 looked cool. Maybe I could be interested in that. If I had an Xbox, I would think to myself, yeah, I'd buy that.
I think Gears is a franchise that, like Halo, has run its course.
Yeah.
And
it ran its course years ago, and they're kind of bringing it back now.
It should be put out to try.
Yeah.
Like, I think maybe after Gears 3, they should have just had a break. You know, don't bring out Gears of War Judgment. Have a 4 or 5 year break. Bring it back fresh. But I think Judgment and this sort of remake as well has kind of sullied it a little bit. So it's like, oh,
yeah, it was a bit weird,
Gears.
wasn't it? It was kind of like, yeah, Gears 4. Oh, you also can have all 1, 2, 3, something.
Yeah.
Don't really care as much, you know. But I think that's about. Or Dark Souls 3 was shown as well at Xbox.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That all looked. I mean, yeah, that'd be another 10 out of 10, no problem. So it's all good.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah.
Microsoft
you know
much
what?
else?
Fair play to Microsoft as well for not showing Call of Duty. I'm glad.
Well, no, they couldn't.
Yeah, well, I'm glad they didn't. I mean, it was a nice change. I feel like every time Microsoft has a conference, it's like half an hour of Call of Duty.
Now we get 5 years of Sony showing it.
Yeah, or even Sony. Well, yeah, we'll come to that. But
We'll come to that.
yeah. But I think that was about it. They didn't really announce too much more, did they?
We had a decent showing.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider was there, obviously.
Tomb Raider looks okay. I mean,
Looks like Uncharted 2.
yeah.
Even my girlfriend said, "Oh, it looks like Uncharted."
Yeah.
Quite a bit. Anyway.
No Titanfall 2.
No. What is this? Something on my phone from Twitter. Something about Shenmue. I don't know. Let's close that.
Mate,
for now.
if Shenmue goes, Craig is
This
on the case.
Oh, mate, Twitter and Shenmue is just going crazy. I'll stop talking about Shenmue. I promise one day when I'm dead. After Microsoft was, of course, the always fashionable, always reliable, and ever super popular EA.
Best company to work for in the world. Wait,
I
that's wrong.
thought what? Worst. I thought they also didn't do too bad.
Yeah, they did pretty good.
They opened up with Mass Effect Andromeda.
Which I must say, kind of, when I saw that, I was like, yes, ready for Mass Effect again now. Like, there's been enough time. The sourness has settled. It looked cool. Don't know who it is. Is it Shepard? Probably not.
No, it's not sure. He's got the N7 thing on
Yeah,
there.
that's the thing. It's like, how dare you?
And it's a different galaxy.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah, who knows? I liked the whole thing that it'll be, you can scroll through the different planets and choose where you want to go to. It's all very Minority Report-esque, but yeah, it looked cool. And then they showed a little bit when they were on the planet at the end. It was just
It's
like...
very Guardians of the Galaxy-esque feel.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially with the music.
Definitely. But yeah,
Johnny Cash
look
music.
cool. I feel like they always need to do that. Let everyone forget about the sadness of how you destroy
Star Child.
Yeah.
Oh, good old.
Yeah, they opened it with that and look cool.
I'm looking at this screen and there's not even like what we're doing next on it. But I keep looking at the screen looking for what we're talking about next.
You just keep seeing Shenmue 3
I
there
just
and
keep
eyes are drawn.
I'm just like, what? That exists still? It's like our fourth Shenmue 3 reference already in this segment. Ah, damn it. So after
Mass Effect.
we should probably finish EA.
Yeah, so
I
Mass
was
Effect
going to
was
move
good.
on. Mass Effect was a thing. Pele
special.
was there.
Oh my
The
god, that was
second
terrible.
greatest footballer of all time, just behind Diego Maradona. Sorry, Pele. He was talking about, I don't know, having a cup of coffee in Rio in
Honestly, the matey that was
1960 something.
interviewing him was in his element. He was like,
Yeah.
yes, I've met my lifelong hero,
Yeah.
but I forgot I'm at a games conference.
Let's quickly run down the sports. FIFA 16 exists. NBA Live 16 exists. Madden 16 exists. Have I forgot any?
Hockey? Do they do a hockey one?
NHL 16. Didn't I say that?
I don't know.
No, I didn't. I said NBA.
Yeah.
NHL 16 exists. They all exist still.
Yep.
Golf game
Yep.
exists as well.
And they showed a bit more Plants vs Zombies.
Yep, that's a thing.
Unravel.
Unravel.
That looked good.
That looked awesome.
That looked very cool.
That guy. His
guy
hands
was-
were shaking.
Yeah, he was clearly a tad nervous.
I think, like, he just had like loads of passion. He's
Yeah.
really passionate about his little project. Like, he made the doll with
It
his
looked
kids.
cool,
whatever.
Like I thought that's the kind of game that I can really get drawn into. Like a little simple 2D platformer, but it's great.
If that was on Kickstarter, I would back it.
Yeah,
That
definitely,
looks.
definitely.
Do you know what? Whoever makes Unravel, I forgot your names, but good job.
Yeah, well, I'll buy that game. Don't worry.
Good job. Good job.
Then they also had Battlefront.
Yeah.
Battlefront.
Oh, that woman.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah.
In here, you will do stuff.
Yeah.
She
Blood
was,
to be amazed.
she was epic.
Yeah, that was kind of classic. I don't know. Yeah, Battlefront was cool. I'll play that game.
Cassius did box quote. Looks cool.
Yeah.
Battlefront.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna hit the roof until I've actually played it because you just don't know. But it looks cool. I love Star Wars.
That'll be a broken mess day one.
That's
And
kind of my
you
worry.
know it.
Yeah, that's kind of the worry in it. Oh, they did show off some Knights of the Old Republic DLC, the little trailer. Thought that looked cool as well, but still, it has nothing. It makes me sad because they show a cool little trailer like that. You know, the two brothers or whatever they are, different sides, and then they go against each other at the end.
Yeah.
But
They still didn't show the third Star Wars game they've got, which is made by Visceral, the Dead Space guys. And
is it the Force Unleashed series? Or was that a different one?
No, this is like a brand new game,
Oh,
brand
right.
new Star Wars game from Visceral. But the lead story writer from Uncharted, Amy Hennig, is penning it.
Oh, okay.
So that's why there's a bit of excitement for
Yeah.
it. So
What else they show? Need for Speed?
Need for Speed. Wow, that was fantastic. I love the fact that they're using like the old FMV like cutscenes.
Yeah,
with actual people,
Yeah, yeah.
Resident
Fantastic.
Evil style.
To be fair though, I mean, if there was one Need for Speed game I used to love, it was where I could pimp out my shitty little Peugeot. But what it will be is they'll start you off with like a nice banging car, and they'll be like, I want to work my way up, you know.
Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Yeah, that's cool.
Catalyst. Yeah, I'm trying to pronounce Catalyst, but I feel like I'm doing that really British. Yeah, Mirror's Edge looked cool. One of my favourite quotes of the whole show was when they said, "She doesn't need guns." Finally, a game that doesn't need guns from EA or Cars. That looks stunning.
Yeah, that game would be great.
Mirror's Edge. That's out February.
That's quite a good lineup for early next year already.
There is. Anything else at EA?
Not that I can think of.
They pretty much covered it.
Yeah.
Moving on then to Aisha Taylor and Ubisoft.
She'll be doing that for years now.
I think she's locked in there for a good few years.
You can kick Jason Derulo next year though. Don't need
Oh
that.
yeah, he showed up, didn't he? That was so random.
Just kick Just Dance. We'll appreciate there's going to be another one every year. Just show us the logo, be done with it.
Just like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, still a thing that exists, and still a thing that people will still buy for some reason.
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean,
This year, you can ride on a horse and cart.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't announce the following year's game. Then and there.
That's probably next week.
Yeah.
Come back next week for Assassin's Creed 2016 reveal.
It'll be Spanish Armada.
I can't blame them though. Because if you are literally pumping things out and people are still buying it, you would be stupid not to do it.
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, they must make a killing off Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fair enough. They'll keep doing that.
That gravy train has got to run out soon. Look, much like Call of Duty. Like Call of Duty has gone down the last couple of years from Call of Duty Ghost, and then last year was less of Advanced Warfare. I don't think pre-orders are too hot for this year either at the minute.
It's because it's Black Ops 3. It's like, meh.
Meh.
What was the point? Like,
I think Black Ops 2 is the highest selling game though.
Yeah, well, I really like Black Ops 1, but it's just kind of like...
Ubisoft, stay on focus.
Yeah.
Ubisoft also didn't...
They showed some cool games.
What they didn't show is Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah.
Which I thought was coming, but
yeah,
it wasn't.
For Honor.
Oh man, another epic presenter. That guy.
Yeah, he was actually
wow.
presenter of the show. Goes to him.
He literally.
If there was a reward for that, we would give it to you, sir.
He could have told me to do anything, and I probably would have done it.
Yeah. Honestly, he was a legend. We should tweet him and tell him how good he was.
We will do that. We need to get names. Why do we not remember names?
Yeah, we need to remember these guys.
What is your name? Let us know in the
He
comments.
had a cane. Cane dude.
Yeah.
You were a badass.
Had a really deep voice.
And I am really excited for your game now.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was a thing.
It was another Ubisoft thing. It was like, okay, it doesn't have any guns in it. But it's samurai,
true.
Viking. And...
Reminded me of Rise.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
That was also a thing that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. A nice little new announcement. That's sweet.
Another thing Ubisoft showed at the show yet again was Destiny. The Division.
Yeah.
Every time I see that, I get less and less impressed.
I feel exactly the same way. I feel like they showed the same trailer I saw 2 years ago, where you have 4 little people, you go and do a little thing, and then, oh no, actually this was different because you had the one guy that screwed over all his mates at the end.
Yeah, it was cool, I guess, but
it's like you get enough of this trollage online as it is, let alone encouraging people to do this stuff.
Don't encourage people.
Like, thank you. Yeah, honestly.
Ubisoft. Let's not blame EA for everything. Come on. Division. I think it's in a really weird place.
I feel like I need to play a beta just to have a feel of what it's going to be like. Because now I'm almost like no interest, and when they first showed that, I was so interested.
I just worry. It's just like Destiny. I worry how much content the Division will have. But that's out early next year.
Yeah.
So we'll find out soon. I think the beta is the end of this year.
Yeah, I've definitely signed up for it already.
So we'll find out soon enough with that.
I really hope they don't do the same thing and take this long with the new Ghost Recon game. Because I
had no idea what that was.
When they were showing that trailer, I was like, this game looks banging. Like, whatever this is, I am sold. And then when it said Ghost Recon at the end, I was like, holy shit, I forgot they even have Ghost Recon.
I assumed it was Far Cry.
Nothing looks like Ghost Recon in that game. But fair enough, it looks great. Like, I don't know what it is, but it looks awesome. I'm totally in for that.
I literally assumed it was Far Cry.
That's the thing. I just really hope they don't, like, in 2 years' time, I'm still waiting for this game. Like, Fallout 4 is coming this year. You can do the similar thing. You don't have to tell us right now. You know, get further down the line and give it to us like next year. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, I don't know.
But what else did they announce? Oh yeah, Just Dance. That was shit.
Jason Derulo Simulator.
I'm sorry, he sounded terrible.
I like the fact they were like, you don't need any cameras now. Just wave your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soon you won't need to buy the game. Just dance around.
Just move your phone. Just buy our app. Every time you move it, it's 99 cents.
Yeah.
It's a freemium model. Just Dance. But that game sells. And again, using the Ubisoft philosophy, if people are stupid enough to buy it, they would be stupid enough
not to make it.
Yeah,
is there anything else though? Ubisoft.
I think that's pretty much it for Ubisoft. I feel like we're missing something from them though.
Yeah, I do feel like we're missing something, but I have no idea. Nope.
Never mind. We're
going to assume that was good, but again, they showed some cool stuff. 2 brand new games and Ghost Recon and For Honor. They showed a bit more Star Wars, Mass Effect trailer.
I swear we're missing something after For Honor. I now need to Google Ubisoft E3.
Let's double check.
I need to double check this. Should we start talking about PlayStation?
Yeah. So PlayStation then a good conference.
Wow. That's all I have to say about PlayStation.
Yeah.
Moving on. No, The Last Guardians, but South Park.
Oh my god, yeah, of course. That game, I can't believe they announced that. I didn't think about that at all, but I absolutely loved the first South Park.
I really want them, and I think they need to bring the South Park to PS4, Xbox One. I've not played it because it was on PS3.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason that game wouldn't translate, surely. Because I mean, it's such a simple style of game. There's nothing complicated in that, surely. I mean, and it's so much fun. I would play it again. Great game. And
yeah.
I like how, in true South Park fashion, they just kind of said, "Yeah, you can be superheroes now." And it's like, sweet. That sounds awesome. Their superhero thing in the cartoon is amazing. Love South Park. Day one.
We did miss the DLC expansion for The Crew.
Yeah, don't care about that.
The Crew is a game that came out last year that Ubisoft released. For those who don't know.
Who did Trackmania?
Huh?
Was it Trackmania? Or something like that?
I don't know. I don't know what that is. I'll be honest.
It was like a racing game, but it kind of was like Mario.
Oh yeah, Trackmania Turbo 200.
Yeah, that looked awesome.
Trackmania Turbo, 200 tracks and a level building tool. Oh, I do remember that.
It looks sweet. You were like a little F1 car. It was kind of like Mario Kart, but like little track. It was well cool.
Yeah, no, that was cool.
I'd probably get that.
It was also DLC for Trials Fusion with cats riding on unicorns.
Oh yeah, that looked cool.
My 5-year-old son loves Trials. Literally.
Does he love unicorns?
He loves two games. Banjo-Kazooie. He doesn't like Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, which is I think is funny as anything. And Trials. Yeah. They are the two games he will literally play, so I'm going to buy that.
Yeah, very cool.
I love Trials.
Ubisoft had a really good show as well.
So let's move on to PlayStation, who I think just about probably won E3. Kind of a bit of a crappy way to say, "Way, you won the advertisement show." But I think they did. We'll start right from the beginning. The tear-jerking, eye-watering moment of The Last Guardian being revealed.
So is Last Guardian a big deal for you as well?
Yeah.
Again, it's similar to Shenmue for me. I don't really know much about it, and I was watching it, and I was like, don't really get what's going on right now.
This is the thing though, because with The Last Guardian, I think me and you are in the same boat.
Yeah.
Like,
I appreciate the hype behind it, but I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean the guy that makes it, Fumito Ueda. Who used to work for Studio Japan. He's now made his own team. I think it's called Gen Design. And he's now a contractor working with Sony. I mean, this is his brainchild. He brought out Eco, he brought out Shadow of the Colossus, and both of those PS2 games are rated as, the highest of all time.
Yeah.
They're right up there. So just having that background has me excited for The Last Guardian.
Yeah.
And I think just seeing it come back, I just think it was really emotional.
Yeah, it was strangely emotional. Even for me watching that, I was kind of like, don't really get what's going on, but this is kind of cool. And it was weird because I always felt like the game itself had two styles of graphic. Like the kid looked one way, whereas the big rat dragon dog, whatever you want to call it.
Trico. That's apparently his name is Trico.
Trico is a much better way. He looked very different, his feathers are very graphically.
He looks more.
He
looks more with the world, but the kid looks.
Like it doesn't belong there.
Yeah.
It's weird, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, from what I kind of understand with The Last Guardian, is it's more about puzzles.
Yeah.
And just being part of that world.
And I love puzzles, so I'll probably grab that and be quite content, really.
Yeah.
I feel like Sony this whole conference just kind of said, "We've heard your calls.
Here's everything.
Here you go." And yeah, exactly. They were just kind of like, "Here's everything you wanted."
I mean, the trifecta were there.
Yeah.
Last Guardian, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Shenmue 3. What more do you want?
I mean, that Final Fantasy VII trailer, by the way, was amazing.
Yeah.
When that finished and you saw Cloud's sword and shit, I was like, "Oh my god."
What is wrong with Square? Why did they come out last year and say we're remaking Final Fantasy VII for the PC version?
Yeah.
And then this year, they've done it for real. But
we're not joking this time.
Interesting interview. When they announced the PC port was coming to PS4, they already had started work on the official remake.
It's weird, isn't it?
Why would you do that?
Yeah, it's weird.
You're just playing with people's emotions. Square. Almost called you Ubisoft then.
Yeah, yeah, but that looks. I mean, that would be amazing. I feel like
I've never played Final Fantasy VII.
And that's the thing. It's almost a case of I don't feel like if you didn't play it as a kid, playing it now is very weird because of the style of the game. Whereas if they would do what they're doing now, it can be like everyone that missed it can play it and appreciate.
Here's a fun fact for you. Well, it's not a fact. It's an opinion, really, but whatever. When Final Fantasy VII came out, Shenmue was being developed at the same time. And look at the difference in the graphics. Seriously. Shenmue was so far ahead of its time. We're not going to discuss...
So yeah, there was this game Shenmue that got announced. Big whoop.
We're not going to touch too much on Shenmue 3 because we've got a whole segment dedicated to it earlier. If you're listening to the full-length podcast, then you've already heard me rabble on about Shenmue. Wait. Game of the show...
All that actually...
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think you're going to say the same game as me.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
That game kind of came out of nowhere because when they first started the trailer, I was like, okay, so it's another kind of back in time, do your little thing in the little caveman style, and then suddenly there's massive robots and shit coming out, and then suddenly they actually show some gameplay of this bitch taking down this massive robot, and it was like, this looks amazing.
I think I described it on our news post as a futuristic, prehistoric, post-apocalyptic world or something.
Yeah, I mean, I was really quite shocked by how cool that looked.
That
it was kind of
stunning.
like how it went for me was when I saw Xbox and they showed that Recall game, I was like, that looks cool, could be cool. PlayStation came out and they were like, yeah, here's a brand new game. It looks amazing.
It's a game.
It looks amazing. This is what it plays like. You can, when it goes to that moment where you see a move, you can see it's being controlled by a controller. Sorry, it's like, oh my god, that looks so cool.
Yeah. Horizon was. I think if you want to do a game reveal, if you want to reveal your game, just watch that Horizon
That's how
reveal.
you do it.
Because it's, here's a trailer. Oh, we're actually playing. He's actually playing. Oh wow, shit!
Yeah,
this
it was
is crazy.
almost like a couple of minute trailer, 3 minute playing, fade to black, and everyone was like, "What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Like, was that real? Like, did that just happen?"
Yeah, it's a sort of open worldish RPG from Guerrilla Games, the guys behind Killzone. Interesting fact, it's actually been in development for 4 years.
Which is cool.
And it was actually Guerrilla's second team, which I didn't know they had a second team,
Nope.
that worked on Killzone Shadowfall, the launch title for the PS4. So Horizon Zero Dawn, I kept calling it Horizon Until Dawn.
Yeah.
I actually put the headline on the news post as Horizon Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn, out next year.
Sweet.
And that's
I feel like
stunning.
this whole E3 was the first E3 in quite a while where there was games where I was just like, whoa, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, that, I mean, just brand new IPs, and it's just amazing.
The problem with PlayStation is they had the best conference. I think that's kind of undoubtedly.
Yeah.
Because of the reveals. However, nothing for this year.
No, that is the kind of downside. I almost feel like there's really not much for the end of this year, other than, or there'll be like third-party games, but...
PlayStation's 2015 is literally PS3 re-releases. Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, God of War 3, Nathan Drake Collection.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? Possibly Persona 5.
Yeah.
Possibly.
They say 2015, we'll have to see.
Yeah. I'm not convinced. I think maybe 2015 in Japan, but Persona 5 didn't show anyway at E3.
Was Hitman at
Hitman
Sony?
was Square. Oh no, they did show it. At Sony.
They showed a trailer of it. I love Hitman.
That's 2015.
That would be awesome because I love that game. Like, I love the last Hitman anyway, and I love the fact that I think it was in Square's conference they actually said that it was going to be the same kind of way. Because what I found with Hitman was, did you play the last Hitman game?
No.
It was a case of you go through and you have your target, and the scenes were always really good how they set them up. Like there was one mission I remember where it was kind of like a Chinese festival going on.
Yeah.
Loads of people in the streets. There was loads of buildings you can go in. It was like this confined sort of zone, but very fleshed out. And you have certain contracts, and you just have like endless ways that you could assassinate these people.
Yeah.
Like some seriously cool ways, some very stealthy ways. And they were like, yeah. What I found I kept doing was I would try it one way. If I would cock it up slightly, I'd just restart the mission. And you would constantly do it. And I feel like everyone that does that, that plays Hitman, will do that kind of thing.
Well, I think they're kind of doing it in a way where I don't think they're releasing it as like a full game. I think they're still going to charge it, but they're going to constantly push free updates,
Yeah.
free missions.
Which is always a
free
better way for
whatever.
it to be done, really, because you can go through the game, have your missions, but they keep giving you new contracts to do. That's the thing they mentioned online, didn't they? There were certain contracts that
Yeah.
there'll be this one dude here for this one time only. If you get him, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Another little sneaky announcement, which I was like, yeah, I'll buy that.
Yeah, no, that did look cool. Street Fighter 5 was also at Sony.
Yeah, I mean, I like Street Fighter, so I mean, I'll probably get that eventually. I'm still surprised that's exclusive. I can't believe that. Like, still kind of shocked by that.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room somewhat. PlayStation Vita, and while we talk about Vita, I'm going to run a video here that Sony released of all the Vita's games coming in 2015 and beyond. So we've got well-known titles such as Severed, Persona 4 Dancing All Night, and there's some other titles here. But Vita got a mention.
Yeah, what was it mentioned for?
World of Final Fantasy is coming to Vita.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Small sort of game. It's a game called Pocket God or something. Zed Drifter. Lost Dimension. I think the biggest game left for Vita is Danganronpa, another episode. Ultra Despair Girls, or whatever it's called, coming September. Mighty Number 9, but that's coming out on everything else as well.
Poor little Vita.
Is Vita dead?
I feel like it's just becoming this indie machine.
I mean, it has been for a few years now.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's very true. It's sad because I love Vita. I
And
really
that's
do.
it. That is your...
There was not one, like, forget AAA game. There was not one A game in there. Those were all just, fair enough to indie people. I love indie games and everything, but not one game that was, this is a Vita game.
I think the problem with Vita and the indie game thing in particular is a lot of those indie games are already out on PC.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
Like Papers, Please is coming out apparently soon for Vita. I want to play that game, but I
got
must
that
be
in a
in
Humble Bundle months ago.
I must be in a massive minority because I
Yeah.
don't play PC games. But I mean, that game, by the time it comes out for Vita, it might be out 2-3 years on PC.
Yeah, it was, I don't know, they really did not mention it at all.
Yeah.
Kind of sad, really.
It mentioned it. Twitter went, "Oh, there's a Vita. Oh, it's gone."
Yeah, pretty much.
Um,
There was, I suppose, but I mean, I guess at the same time, well, not the same sort of thing, but going back to Xbox quickly, they didn't really mention Kinect at all.
Kinect's dead.
I mean, to be fair though, going back to Xbox quickly, I'm still shocked about how people were so hyped for backwards compatibility. I want new games. I don't want to play old games.
Yeah.
Like I really,
What was that all
because
about?
afterwards people were like, I cannot believe backwards compatibility. Really, you cannot believe it because it doesn't seem like that big a deal to me. What game are you going to play? Red Dead Redemption. That's the only one I can think of. That's the only game that you can't play on PC. So
Oh yeah, that's true.
this is
Actually,
literally the only game I'd want to play. But
yeah, I don't think
I bought an Xbox. Well, if I bought an Xbox One, I bought it to play Xbox One games.
backwards compatibility is great as an addition for a reason for buying a console that you quickly forget exists.
Yeah, but they banged on about for ages, and people banged. I mean, even still now, people talk about this backwards compatibility. I'm just like, really?
Yeah,
It's not that big a deal. Like,
I don't think it's that big a deal either.
what did you think about their little HoloLens thing? Or we want to talk about that later?
Oh, we can talk about that later.
Oh yeah.
Talk about that in our other discussion. So that's pretty much
So
Sony.
yeah, so Sony. I don't think we're missing anything with Sony now.
Sony have great games coming next year.
Yeah.
And if you have a PlayStation Vita, it is a legacy platform.
Yeah.
Shuhei Yoshida did actually say that Sony are still going to make games for Vita, but we won't see another Killzone or anything like that. So that's PlayStation.
It's basically your. I can't remember the word of it now. Crossplay machine. Not
Yeah.
Crossplay. You know what I mean? What's the word?
Legacy.
No.
What?
Where you play PS4 and Vita.
Oh, remote play.
That's it.
It's a remote play machine.
Yeah, it is a remote play machine.
Moving on then, day 2 of the E3 press conferences, or day 1 of E3 actually. But yeah, day 2 of the conferences, we had those crazy guys at Nintendo.
And as quickly as they came, they were gone.
They were gone. One of the games they revealed, Metroid Prime something Fusion, something like that. Within hours of being shown, got a petition of 15,000 signatures for them to cancel the game.
Crazy, isn't it?
Because they want a new Metroid.
Yeah.
Metroid. We have this talk every time.
I
Is it
just-
Metroid or Metroid?
I say Metroid.
And I say Metroid.
So I
Who
have no
knows?
idea. I don't know. I feel like I kind of missed most of Nintendo's show, but it sounded like I didn't miss anything.
So your best place to talk about.
Yeah. I saw Star Fox.
Star Fox Zero is probably the only thing there that's worth talking about.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, I understand why they didn't have a show this year. Because they're having a show.
That's 3 years in a row now.
It's just... what's the
Or is
point?
it 2? 2 years.
Yeah. 2 years.
Let's not forget when they unveiled the Wii U and everyone was like, what?
Yeah.
What is
What?
that? Is it a console or what? Yeah, Star Fox Zero I thought looked cool. I'll be in for that.
Yeah. Star Fox is cool.
It's more Star Fox.
Yeah.
Right? Where's there not to love?
Yeah. That's the thing. I don't know. They showed some 3DS stuff.
We're not big on 3DS though, so we're not going to talk about that much.
No.
Even though we both own a 3DS.
Yeah, I don't. The last time I played 3DS was for Zelda.
Okay. What we'll do, we'll move on from Nintendo now because there's not really too much to talk about.
No, they didn't really show much at all. So
Plus, we'll talk a little bit more about them later. Actually, Square Enix was the last one.
a lot of Square stuff was already shown throughout the conference. I found only Deus wasn't shown anywhere else but Square.
Square had my favourite moment of the show when revealing Nier, the new Nier, the guy with the hat
Yeah.
or whatever that was.
Yeah.
What on earth was that? Apparently, he doesn't show his face in public much,
Oh, really?
and he wears masks a lot.
It's odd.
I don't know.
What floats your boat?
What do you think of Square?
Yeah, I thought they did alright. I feel like I was probably...
All right, casually addicted.
I feel like out of all the sort of other people, I feel like theirs are probably the one I cared least about by Nintendo because I'm not really counting them. I feel like everyone else had a better showing, but more because they showed their games. Like, I suppose if they would have shown Hitman and they would have said, Final Fantasy, all this, blah, 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 then they would have had more to show, but I feel like they only really had Deus that kind of piqued my interest. I do like the look of that as well. But I don't really remember too much more about what they did show.
Just Cause 3.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I was kind of interested in that before E3, but then their trailer was really weird. Actually, I remember that they were just like blow up everything constantly.
Yeah, I think it looks cool, but I think it's one of those games that I'm not going to spend £40.
Yeah,
£50
exactly.
on.
It's kind of like if it was 15 quid. Yeah.
But I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it was because I saw so many cool things that I was kind of like, jokes aside now, Just Cause, don't really care. Like,
yeah, it looks good, but I don't know. There's something stopping me from going. Yeah, I want to put all my hard-earned money into this.
And I like Just Cause 2. I played that a little bit. I didn't complete it, but I enjoyed playing it.
Square also showed Tomb Raider, Hitman, which we've already discussed about, Kingdom Hearts 3.
So yeah, if you don't really care.
Which you're not too bothered about. I'm not either.
I mean, I know people go mad for that, so I'm sure the world was happy.
If you go mad for Kingdom Hearts, you already know what it's about.
Yeah.
So
we won't waste your time with that.
It's a thing. There's some tangled stuff in there or something. I don't know what's going on. Final Fantasy 15 wasn't there. Final Fantasy 7 Remake wasn't there because it was at Sony. What else did they show? Nier 2, made by Platinum Games, who are making everything.
Yeah, strangely.
I
think that's about it, really.
Deus Ex
was
shown for the first time gameplay.
Yeah, I feel like that was the one game they just got to show off, but we already knew it was coming, kind of thing.
That's out 2016.
Yeah, that'd be cool though. I'm excited to get that going.
I feel like Square have a lot of games, a lot of good / great games. I don't think they had one weak game there.
No.
Which is, I think, for them is, it's good.
They had a good showing. It's just like we said, a lot of their stuff was shown at other people's conferences.
And I feel, in a way, they're coming back into what they used to be.
Yeah.
Because they dominated, like, PS1 era.
Yeah, I was getting the feeling for that. You think about the games that they've shown off, like Final Fantasy 7, sweet. Hitman, great. Deus, everyone loved Deus. Kingdom Hearts, people love that.
There we go. Everybody loves Square.
Yeah.
Back this time, we're going to talk about virtual reality. It seems to be the thing that everyone is going mad about, and VR is the be-all and end-all of the gaming industry.
If Joe was here, he would tell you how excited he is.
Okay, but Joe's not here.
Yeah, Joe is on sabbatical today.
He's somewhere.
We will be speaking on behalf of him. and he is a lover of VR.
He is. So what do you think of VR?
Don't know. Yeah, I'm not completely sold. I feel like I'm not going to be able to experience it until I actually put it on my head and see what it's like.
Yeah.
That's my worry with it. Like, even with, what's it called? Microsoft, they tried to show the HoloLens with their special camera so you could see what was going on. It was like, okay, looks kind of cool. And the HoloLens does look cool. But, again, it's like, how good really is this going to be when you stick it on your head and you're, like, popping about?
First thing about that HoloLens reveal is that the field of view is nowhere near that big.
Yeah,
it's a little window.
Yeah, that's the big question as well. It's kind of like, I mean, because I remember reading the following day about the Halo something HoloLens.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was no pictures on it or anything like that, but that's the kind of thing you would have wanted to see, like some kind of cool. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know what.
I think that the Halo HoloLens thing wasn't that great. It was just there was a hallway, there was a Halo waypoint down the end. You walk towards the waypoint, and then it told you what to do.
Right. Okay. So it wasn't anything like spectacularally cool or anything like that.
Well, I don't know. I think that would be quite cool.
Yeah.
Oh look, there's a Halo waypoint. I better walk to that, see what happens. Yeah. I don't think virtual reality is the future of video games at all.
It'll be a cool add-on for some things. You know what games what I feel like would be really good with virtual reality?
What?
Games like PT. Can you imagine? That's the kind of game where you put it on and you would just be like...
You're trying to give people heart attacks.
Yeah, but trust me, I mean, that would be such... If you want to rush, there you go.
Yeah.
No need to go skydiving, mate. Virtual reality, PT, done.
I don't think there's a future with virtual reality. I know there's a lot of people who at the minute are like, this is the future, this is it. But, you know, they said that about motion controls. They said that about PlayStation Move, Connect 2, this is it, this is the future. Project Milo, remember that? Virtual reality is just a thing that people want to happen, and do you know what? It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is this going to be the thing going forward? No.
It's not. I feel like people have it in their minds that virtual reality has always been the future, you know?
Yeah.
Going back for how long you can remember. I think it was about 15 years ago, I was in Vegas like with my parents. I was in like 10 at the time. And they had this massive arcade there, so we used to spend all our time there because we couldn't do anything else. And they had this Street Fighter, I think it was Street Fighter virtual reality thing, where you go in there, you stand on this platform, you put the glasses on, you like do the punching and stuff. And this was 10 years ago, and it was kind of like, oh yeah, that's virtual reality in the future. Eventually, you're gonna be in the game and all this stuff. And it's like, no, you won't be.
Yeah.
Until it's like that movie Gamer, where you're actually in there, it's not going to be like that, and it never will be. Like, if we're being real, it's not going to go that way. It's going to be a case of you have it on your face, you can't see anything else, so you're kind of more embedded into the game. But
yeah, I think it is cool. It is cool, but I think it's a limited audience. I think if you're looking at it from a business perspective, looking to make money, that the audience for VR at the minute, like just talking about PC, is you need to have someone who is into games, looks at all the communities, goes to NeoGAF, has a high-end PC, buys an Oculus Rift, possibly buys the add-on controller or whatever, and then has to buy your game. I mean, that is an awful lot of hoops to jump through. And, Kinect sold 10 million. That was seen as really good. Really, really good for like an add-on peripheral to late in a console's life. That was seen as fantastic. And Kinect is dead pretty much now.
yeah,
And I don't think virtual reality will all of a sudden be this be-all and end-all thing. I mean, a guy from Criterion Studios today who said that if you're not developing a VR option in 4 years' time, then you're dead as a company. Utter rubbish.
That's the thing. That's the only thing I can think it would be cool in. It'd be like, okay, you buy whatever game, and you have the option to play it in VR if you want to. Okay, then if you have VR, you have the option to play it that way, fine. But it's never going to be one of those things where I think to myself, yeah, I have to play that in VR. Like, I can't picture it being good enough for me to warrant spending that much money on whatever one you want to get.
We still don't know cost, really.
Yeah, that's worrying. Like,
the other thing, I mean, I'm a bit withdrawn because I'm not a PC gamer. I'm not in that community or whatever. I don't really know if there's any game. Like, there's not like one VR game, actual game, not like an experience or a demo, like an actual game that's selling that platform at the minute.
No.
or will do.
And that's the thing, even the games that were kind of announced for PC this year were things like XCOM 2, Warhammer, Total War. And if you think about it, those kind of games, real-time strategy games, there would be absolutely no reason to have VR. Like that kind of game going forward for PC is always going to be big. It's kind of like a big part of PC.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, I think like with those types of games, like it can add like a different perspective, a new view on playing, but not a new way of playing. I don't know what I'm trying to say here.
See, if Apple was selling this, they'd be like, we're physically changing the way your eyes see the world.
We're inventing new eyes. Yeah. Apple will now copyright
Soon
that.
Your shitty world will no longer exist.
You will live in a luxurious Apple palace. Yeah. So, virtual reality is cool.
Yeah.
Keep developing it, but don't expect it to take over the world. I think is my kind of view.
I think you kind of nailed it on the head, really, though. The amount of hoops you have to go through just to warrant even playing those kind of games is I don't know, is it worth it? That's kind of the question. It's like...
I mean, Sony spent just over 2 minutes talking about Morpheus on E3.
Which was good.
At the conference.
Like, okay, touch on that shit, let us know, it's all good. Because when Microsoft started talking about HoloLens, I was like, okay, Minecraft looks kind of cool like that. But then they kept going on about it, and I was like...
How often would you use that?
That's the thing. That's the biggest question: is how often would you actually use that? Because I remember I saw the HoloLens thing, I think a month or so ago, before at some conference or some show or whatever it was, and they were showing it more with like apps and stuff. So like you have YouTube and like Skype or whatever, and it literally was like a guy was sat in a room like this, and he would have like his YouTube thing on the wall, and he would have his like weather on the wall as well, and you could like move it around onto the table and stuff. And it was like, it looks cool, but if I could just go like that and go to youtube.com on my phone, what's the difference? It's like, it's a cool gimmick kind of thing. That's how I feel about it right now. It's like, yes, cool gimmick. I'm kind of the people that if I had money to burn, I'd probably like to have one, but...
Project Milo. It's a cool thing to see and look at, but if you have it in your home, it's... I don't know. It's just not going to get used.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or it might get used, but I don't know.
I just feel like, it's at that stage where it's the first set of VR coming out from everyone, pretty much. You've got the Oculus, you've got Morpheus, whatever it is. It's the first round, and it's always going to be nowhere near as good as it's going to be in like 5 years. If they're doing it in 5 years. In a couple of years' time, they'll probably say, yeah, we know how to do it, it's a lot more sleeker, it looks a lot better.
I mean, virtual reality does not get serious until Nintendo come in with a punch-out VR game.
Don't worry, we have the U-Lens.
Wii Lens.
Yeah, Wii Lens.
Wii Reality.
Yeah, I don't know. I just can't see it like taking off in any way.
It will take off like short form.
Yeah.
Like with the people I mentioned. In that PC gaming community, high end. People, I'll probably end up buying Morpheus just to see what it is. But beyond me, like...
You're a hardcore kind of gamer.
Yeah, I don't see any reason, unless you're going to implement the VR in, I don't know, an exclusive Call of Duty or some hook. There's no hook for it. There's no reason to have it.
I always feel like it could potentially do well with kids. If you had games like...
But then the problem with that is you get the issue of you then have to... I don't know, make different VR for kids because they've got small heads.
Yeah, that's very true.
You have to adjust the straps, and then is there a thing with their eyes developing as well?
That's very true, yeah. I'm sure there's like a billion reasons why that'd be a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, look how Nintendo backtracked on like the whole 3DS and released a 2DS.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there you go. That is virtual reality. Moving on from the virtual reality to the Nintendo reality, we're going to talk about the future of Nintendo, which I don't think is going to include VR. No.
Don't picture that.
Of course it's not.
Like,
of course it's not. Their E3 showing was abysmal.
I can't even really call it a showing. It was kind of like...
Appearance.
They posted a few videos to say they're still alive. And that was it.
Still here. They did have the best like little... thing though with the Muppets type showing. That was fantastic.
I just love how much Nintendo love Amiibo. That is such a cool thing. Like whenever you see them, they're always like, "Look at this Amiibo! It is so goddamn cool." It's just like, all right, fine.
Your great Japanese accent gets worse and worse and worse every time. So the future of Nintendo, obviously the NX, we knew wasn't going to be shown.
Yeah.
But that is obviously what they're working towards now. I mean, they've abandoned the Wii U. Let's be honest. They've still got a couple of games left. Star Fox Zero is coming out. Yoshi's Woolly World is out. I think tomorrow in the UK and Europe. Friday. It was a couple of days from when we're recording. Out in October in the US. There's a couple of other token games. There's a Fatal Frame horror game coming out, and whatever else there is. Not
I feel
much.
like they've run their course with the Wii U. They had an abysmal start. Then they had 1 year where they caned out so many good games.
Yep.
And now they've hit the slump again, and they're like Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Or Mario Maker, sorry, not Paper Mario.
Oh yeah, Mario Maker. Yeah. Because they've stopped making games for the Wii U, so you got to make your own. So there's Mario
It makes
Maker.
you question, like, what are you doing then? Like,
It's NX. They've clearly moved all their development.
all their eggs into the new basket.
Yeah.
Which I think, to be honest, is the right thing to do.
I wouldn't surprise me if we sit here next year after Nintendo showing at E3. They're like, here's the NX. It's whatever they call it. I don't know, Nintendo System Super or something.
The Wii U 2.
That would be better. That would be better. At least people would know it was new. So they have their new system. They're like, here's a new 3D Mario. Here's a new Metroid.
Yeah.
Zelda Wii U ported across. I think that's on the cards.
I think that would
now.
be a much better option as well. Like,
If you are Nintendo, what advantage would you gain from releasing a epic Zelda game months before or a year before the new console launches?
you'd just be setting out to die, really, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like, it's such a. I mean, that kind of game is going to be so good, but who realistically is going to buy it on the Wii U other than like the diehard fans?
Yeah.
You're not going to get people. Like Joe's like a perfect example. Joe's never played a Zelda game, but he needs to play the new Zelda game when it comes out.
Yeah.
And it comes out on the Wii U, he's not going to play it. Like, it's just how it is. It's just.
So the same thing was. It's funny because Skyward Sword was sold on the Wii, a console that sold almost 100 million, if not more than 100 million consoles. Yet no one really played it because it was at a time when all the Wiis had been put away because there was no other games coming out for it.
Yeah.
No one played Skyward Sword really.
Yeah, I never played it.
I think it sold 2-3 million.
Sad, isn't it? How did you mess that up?
It is. So the other question that the new Nintendo console raises is if it's going to be a console at all, because there is talk it could be a console handheld hybrid.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it could be interesting. But it just sounds. I think it'd be weird for them not to have a console, almost. But then at the same time, it's like.
But it would be a console. I imagine it like you have your PS4
Yeah.
and you have your Vita.
Mm.
So obviously you take your Vita
Oh,
away,
right,
play like
okay,
that.
yeah.
But then you still
with
use
you.
that Vita as the main controller
Yeah,
for the console.
I'm with you. It'd be interesting.
Mm.
Don't really know. It's weird. There's in such a weird little phase now where they're so quiet. Nothing's coming.
Yeah, I mean that's obviously what they're going towards.
What they angling,
Maybe.
don't it? Yeah. I mean, I hope that this time next year, we can be like, wow, new console, tons of new games.
Do you think they'll reveal it next year? Next E3?
I feel like they need to. I feel like they need to be like, we're having a show this year, and do it the way that everyone else does it. Because it's kind of like they're almost just getting left out the rat race.
The crazy thing is Wii U is not even 3 years old yet.
With the Wii U, I mean, the Wii did so well for such a long period of time. They're obviously like, we're so goddamn smart. We do not need to worry about it. Just whack a U at the end of it, send it out with a gamepad, it'll be alright. And then they were kind of like, oh shit, hold on a minute, we don't actually have any games.
Mm.
And then it was kind of like, okay, now you've got great games, but everyone's moving on, next gen.
Yeah, Nintendo are definitely in a sticky situation because they've clearly abandoned the Wii U, but then there's that gap. They have to wait for the NX, but then they still have to satisfy the Wii U owners.
So they're just gonna be like, meh. Here's your Yoshi Woolly World. Be happy.
Yeah, it's almost like they're putting out games with as little effort as possible, but just enough to satisfy the Wii U audience. I mean, I think Star Fox Zero will be a great game. I think Yoshi will be a great game.
Yeah.
Fatal Frame will be a great game. Is it Fatal Frame?
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
I know it was called Project Zero here, the old horror game. There'll be great games, but
What about Xenoblade? What's it called?
Xenoblade Chronicles, that
What is
game is
Was that actually due out? Was that this year? Or was
that's late this year. Yeah, that game is not had great impressions.
No, it looked really cool when they first showed it, and then it's a bit like The Division. Every time I've seen it since, I've been a bit like less and less interested.
Yeah, I mean that's due out later this year. I think it's this year over here.
But other than that, there's nothing else.
No, so the Wii U's definitely on the wane.
I mean, thank God for Fallout 4 and Metal Gear Solid, because there's really not going to be all that much to do. But they'll keep you busy enough for the end of time.
Yeah, unless you only own a Wii U.
Yeah, if you only own a Wii U, then unfortunately you may be in for a boring.
But I think Nintendo need to look at becoming. They're not going to go after the technical race that PlayStation and Xbox are. They need to become the second console.
Well, they did talk a lot about mobile and stuff, didn't they? Well, not recently, but they did before talk about mobile a lot, wanting to go into mobile, all that kind of stuff, which in a way makes sense. The kind of games they make, you would think a lot of them would quite easily translate to mobile.
Especially the ones on the 3DS.
Yeah, I mean, literally you could just bang it on there right now.
Yeah. But we'll see. The future of Nintendo is very interesting. They're not in any danger of going out of business or anything like that. They've got more than enough money.
They could cock up another 2 consoles and still be alright.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the way Nintendo are at the minute. Or they could probably just live off Amiibos for the rest of the time. But there you go. So the story of Nintendo will be very interesting as we move forward. But for now, that is it for the Casually Addicted podcast cap for this month or week or until whenever we decide to record it next time. So we are from casuallyaddicted.co.uk. If you'd like us on Facebook, you can follow us on Twitter at CasAddicted. Please subscribe to YouTube. It does help us out and like the videos. And I've been Craig.
And it's Alex.
And we're out.